Many secondary schools in the country have been focusing on teaching their students to pass instead of teaching them to learn. They do so to get good grades and ultimately enroll more students. But that method of assessing students' competence is about to change. The Ministry of Education has announced a new method for conducting the assessment. Education Minister and First Lady Janet Museveni called on MPs to rally behind her in a bid to revamp the education sector.
That's why we have this big percentage of children who fail. So I want to discourage it so that teachers should know that they should not spend most of the time in doing mocks.
While the government has shown its commitment to increase access to education for primary and secondary school pupils, many girls haven't been able to complete their education because they are being forced to do chores at home or married off before they turn 18. Some of the girls drop out when they start menstruating. A recent study by UNESCO revealed that Uganda had the highest dropout rate in East Africa, with 75% of pupils, most of whom are girls.
There is no way the Ministry of Education or even government can take care of periods. We can't stop periods. Periods have to be there. So we want to encourage the families to do what only they can do in that respect.
In 2015, UWEZO, a non-governmental organization, conducted a survey across the East African region which showed that there were poor education standards. It also ranked Kenya as number 1, Tanzania as second, and Uganda was number 3. It also showed that there was a lack of literacy skills and numeracy skills across the region. It may be the very reason as to why many of them failed physics. Boys performed better than girls in the science subjects in last year's O-level exams. Janet Museveni says the ministry plans to recruit more science teachers.
Because science teachers are being looked for by the schools and being competed for. And so they are moving from one school to another, and they cannot really do a good job in any one school. So that's why they would encourage children to cram.
2,000 science teachers for 2017-18, and we think this put in the system, they should be able to help at least the 500 secondary schools that we have found are seriously lacking science teachers in the country.
While many students who passed burst into celebrations, the minister gave her piece of advice to those who performed poorly.
I encourage those whose results were not satisfactory to try again. And I want to ask the media to please be our partners in encouraging these young people.
Although the government has made a number of interventions to turn around the education sector from way back in 1997, a lot remains to be done to improve the services. The selection of Senior 5 students is scheduled to take place on the 9th and 10th of February at Uma Showgrounds in Kampala. Andrew Nitwe, NTV Tonight.